Hey everyone, starting a little bit early here. Um, let's see. Yeah, Donkey Kong's ready. Um, how's everyone doing tonight? We'll put our call-in number, and we'll take some call-ins too. And we'll chat a bit if you guys are up for that as well. But um, I don't have that big conspiracy style stream ready yet, so we're just gonna do some gaming again. I think we're just gonna play it how we feel like it. I enjoyed gaming. I enjoyed playing Donkey Kong last time. So I have my 8-bit Dough SN30 Pro controller, which isn't exactly 100% accurate to the Super Nintendo controller, but it's good enough. It'll be fun. My wrist is a bit sore, so I don't know how long I'll play or how good I'll be. I was really going ape waiting for the stream to start. Very timely, very good, very nice. Let's see who we got in the chat today. We have Cassandra, Partridge Pete, I see Shield Owl, and Void Token, Interdimensional Lizard, I see Delta Charlie Niner, Zach here. But it's good to see everyone. I'll probably jump into the game in a second here, but let me take a sip from my Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now I know people say zero sugar soda is bad for you, but it's better than than real sugar soda. So I'll take this. And you can call it goy drink or whatever you want to call it, but it's true. It's correct. That is correct. How's everyone's night going tonight? You guys all having a good time? Hope everyone had a good week this week, and everyone had a nice Mother's Day. Yeah, real old man energy. Wow, I appreciate that, guys. Partridge Pete. But yeah, we're gonna play more Donkey Kong Country. We'll see how far we get. We'll see if we beat this one. I don't know what game we'll play next. Maybe I'll put up a poll to see what game you'd like to play next. But I see some Ape Escape or Monkey Bowl or some kind of monkey themed game. Makes sense. We all play one of those I'll play a Shrek game or something. I remember Shrek 2 for the GameCube being pretty good. I could try that. You know, something casual. I could be playing some more serious games. I could do more Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo, I will say, I have my original Super Nintendo here. Here it is. Here's my original Super Nintendo. I don't have this one hooked up because I have another one. This one I need to replace the caps on. This is my childhood one. So I don't have this one in use currently, but I have another one that's newer, one of the newer models that has good caps. This one, the caps need to get replaced on, I'm pretty sure. Because when I try, it runs most games fine, but when I try to run my flash card on it, it kind of flickers and does not work super well, which I think is just a result of age. I mean, this one's it's yellowed. I could probably retro bright it, but I don't know. It's my original. This is the one that I grew up. This was my first ever video game console, was Super Nintendo. This is what I grew up playing. This game was not actually one of the games I had. I had Donkey Kong Country. Mega Man X I bought later, but this was my very first game console right here. And then my second one was my Game Boy Advance, but I don't have that out here. But my second home console I ever had was this GameCube, with the Game Boy Advance player and everything. I've got an action replay. I have Wind Waker in here right now, but I have the action replay. I got the Game Boy Advance disc. This was my second ever console. I did not have an N64 running, but my friend Adam did, so I went over to his place a lot to play it. But these were my go-to game consoles. Those were my shit. I'd be happy to play any GameCube games, Super Nintendo games, so that's what I grew up on. And N64 stuff, too. I'm not conking in my dong right now, man. I got banana paste up on my shit, man. I'm about to bust a fat load for my monkey nuts, says Angel O. Prefer watching Retro 2 games in a game stream? Yeah, I kind of get that. Hello, Ballmung. Sup, dude? Alright, let's just get into the game. We'll, we're in the game. some reason my controller's not working. I'm gonna try restarting SNES 99 might be that. But it was working. There we go. Must be an emulator issue. I'm not sure. I think it's because 3 games have Donkey Kong Country, Kino Soul. 3 when gaming became normal, that's why I tend to prefer 2D. I think because 3 games tend to have so much fast and filler, boring to watch. I don't necessarily agree with that completely. I think early 3D games, especially like PS1 and 64 era, Sega Saturn era stuff, those are pretty entertaining to watch. I think it's when you get into like more modern. I think when you get like past 360 era games, they're still entertaining games that you can do good game streams there, because you really want one that's something that's just like pure gameplay and not like heavy on story. You can still get that in like up through, I would say, early 360. Like there are like I'm thinking like Lego Star Wars is a good example. That's a pretty fun game, I think, to stream. I might do that honestly sometime, or like any of those like early Lego games, not the new ones. Ooh, made that. I almost died. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, I blew that one. That was just stupid of me. 3 guys picking the Browns with the 360 PS3 era. Well, honestly, in terms of like something that's like a pure game, yeah. I mean, I have a lot of good memories of the PS4 era. Honestly, that like the PS4 era wasn't that bad. I don't think. I mean, it's a lot of the bad trends of modern gaming started then, but it wasn't like it is now. Like I did not think like when I was in like that PS4, Xbox One, Wii U type era. Man, I gotta zone in. I really didn't find that to be super boring. I enjoyed my time playing games back then. You know, there was definitely some like a lack of like platformers there, which really sucked. Like you really didn't get a lot of good platformers outside of Mario from that era. But, you know, it was not overall like the worst time to be gaming, if that makes sense. Oh my god. Bum, 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 bum. Remember to run. It's not even the running, it's like, I don't know if you have to press a button to grab the ropes. I feel like I'm not doing that properly. Like the PS4, I'm really big on collecting raw and plastic store by PS4 Switch, which is almost exclusively physical. Yeah, same. I don't have a huge digital PS4 collection. Oh, that's fine. I got the extra barrel here. Yeah, I need to hold the run button for this level. Most of Donkey Kong Country, you kind of want to be holding the run button for the most part. It does kind of encourage you. The momentum of the game physics really wants you to hold the run button for most stages. So you just kind of like... That's like the ideal way to like play the game, essentially. Oh man, blew that one. Blew my Diddy on that one. Blew my Diddy. Diddy blood. No Diddy. No Diddy. Like, I should have done jump, and then you could keep flowing. That's kind of like what the game wants you to do. Sorry, I will read the chat in a second. I'm just kind of getting in the zone because I do kind of want to beat this. Oh, there we go. We're gonna be fine. I think we can beat this level. Ong. Oh man, missed that. That sucks. It would be nice to get that extra life. Yeah. DK Country, big. The red bees produce Mad Honey. I just have the run button and I'll hold down all. I have a PS3 with custom normally love it. It's also functional region for the Blu-ray DVD player. Yeah, I had a PS3 with CFW, but I don't anymore. Just have the run button held down all the time. Look at this gymnastics. Yeah, there we go. So, again, the trick with. And I am gonna go save because I don't want to. I don't want to use any save states. Did save. I think it did. I gotta check. I'm hitting B and A there. I hope that's saved. Do you play those early 360 RPGs, Gahoole? I literally love Lost Odyssey. I have Lost Odyssey. I have not played it. I have an Xbox Series X for context, and I do have it digitally on there. But I do have a lot of nostalgia for early JRPGs of that era, because I feel like they're... I hate to say it, I do enjoy Final Fantasy 13, especially the art style. Not so much the gameplay, but it's less mechanically simple than people give it credit for. But I mean, I love the art style of that game. It's so amazing, you know? Oh. Damn. I almost beat that one in one try. That was close. But I kind of yoinked it. I was trying to rush through here, and I got yoinked. Blue Dragon and Infant Discovery are the 360s that everyone brings up. Oh shit. Oh shit. Diddy, can you make it? No Diddy. No Diddy! Faust was a good looking game. It's nothing but a 2-wall game long. Well, till Pulse, I mean. Yeah, but if you like go into it knowing that, it's not that big a deal, right? Like, it's not great, but if you go in knowing that you are essentially getting into like a completely, if you go in not expecting like a proper like good RPG and just going in as like a decent like turn-based, like kind of quasi turn-based game, you know? Oh man, that was just stupid. You can, if you just try enjoying it. Red 360, I play Deadly Premonition again. Honestly, one of the best reasons, if you a high encouragement, don't go buy a Series X or a Series S, but if you can get like an Xbox One S, you can find them all over Facebook Marketplace for like $100. It's worth getting it for the backwards 360 games, because there's some games where the backwards 360 is just like the best way to play them, you know. You can also consider getting an original Xbox One, because then you get the Kinect. But I prefer the One S because it's a 4K Blu-ray player, you know. I already have a Series X, so I just use that for it. But if I didn't have a Series X and I wanted to play like Deadly Premonition, like the One S is a great value, and it's on the disc drive. Honestly, great gaming value, because you get an entire like classic game you get a pretty good modern game console. The Rareware Collection, that's Xbox exclusive. Yeah, like there's a couple of games where it's like that, like are like true Xbox exclusive, or like Lost Odyssey or Blue Dragon. And you can, and those discs are cheap, and the digital copies on the digital storefronts are also cheap. Or like 360 version of, you know, there's plenty of games where like it's just worth going back and getting them, and like especially Deadly Premonition, the best way to play that game is the 360 version, and it's specifically the 360 backwards compat version because it's got all the performance issues fixed. So it's worth, if you want to play anything like that, pick up a used 1S for a grand total of like $100 on Facebook Marketplace, because you can still get them there, right? For cheap. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! 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 Oh, never used Connect. No DK or GoldenEye do licensing stuff. Not true, Delta Charlie Niner. The GoldenEye is now in the Rearware Retro Replay. They recently added it it was like a year or so ago. It's not like the modern version that leaked a while ago, but you can GoldenEye is playable on Rare Replay as far as I'm aware right now. It can play original Xbox games, some. It cannot play every original Xbox game, but it can play a lot of the ones you want it to play can play because of the backwards compat system. There's a list. I'm pretty sure there's a list on Wikipedia of all the backwards compatible Xbox games that they made, but it's not a full list. But it's the same list for Xbox One that is for Series X, so there's no reason, if you just want it for that, or playing like, you know, there's some, like, personally I believe that the Xbox version of Master Chief Collection is an objectively superior way to play that game. I think the PC version of Master Chief Collection is kind of shit in a lot of ways. It's kind of bloated, and it's difficult to run. And if I want to play Halo, I will probably just boot up my Xbox and play it on that. But there are some games where, you know, it's a good system to own if you want to play anything related to old Xbox. I'll say that. Oh, fuck. 360 was fully backwards compat? Yes, it was. If you had a hard drive, I know, and I think especially some of the slim ones didn't have full backwards compatibility, if I remember correctly, but you needed a hard drive, I think. And I remember, and it had to be a certain size, but in order to get, you know, that's a bit more questionable, but yes, if you have I'm seeing ship menus too, yeah. It's less of a problem on, like I said, on Xbox One and Series X and stuff, though. It's more manageable. But yes, especially on PC, it's a nightmare. I thought about buying an Xbox Series S to 7 disk drive. No, it does not. That's the biggest downside to that thing. Honestly, between a Series S, if you want like a modern Xbox, you should really be going for the Series X. Otherwise, there's not that many. I don't know, man. If you were looking to buy a Xbox, I would either buy the Series X or the One S, with the disk drive. I think having the disk drives makes a huge difference. But if the Series S had like even an attachable disk drive that you buy for extra, I'd be all over that, because it's a nice form factor, and it used to be a good price, not so much anymore. I mean, it's still a pretty good price if you consider the price of computer parts right now, but it's not great. I don't know how you can make that jump. Fuck! I don't know how you can make that jump over that thing. But anyways, yeah, the best way to play Deadly Premonition is on Xbox, and there's a couple of games like that, like Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey, where like it's worth owning some kind of Xbox for that, or like the you're jumping to earlier is an easier jump to Diddy Kong. Okay, thank you, Internet Collision. I appreciate that. Thankfully, I'm getting enough bananas that I'm able to keep getting lives on this level. It's just most of this level is pretty easy. It's just this last jump that's kind of getting me. Fuck. What am I gonna do? Oh! I want to start collecting 360 games. I run a 360 console all the time, but if I can get a modern Xbox that's backwards compatible, I would be happy. Yeah, so you really want to push for then... I don't know, it depends if you're... There is a question if you care about Kinect games. Personally, I'm not super attached to Kinect games. However, I never owned a Kinect, and there are some Kinect games that I'd be interested in playing. Specifically, I'm thinking, I honestly, this sounds kind of stupid. I kind of want to play Kinect Star Wars, just because it looks so bad. There aren't a lot of great Kinect games, but the Kinect is super unique accessories. There's nothing else like it that's ever been, like, there's never been, like, another thing. I guess the closest thing would be, like, VR, right? Like, there's a lot of VR dancing games, right? But there's a couple of, like, the Kinect's cool, and the Xbox One does have the best version of the Kinect. And it's backwards compatible with most Kinect games, as far as I'm aware. If I remember correctly. I could be wrong about that, though. You have to look that up. So, if you don't care about Kinect, go for an Xbox One S. If you do, maybe go for original Xbox One, because most of those came with the Kinect. I think they're only compatible with those original models. I could be wrong, though. I got CRT TV recently and I'm enjoying playing 360 games on it. It might be the PS3 Mods 360. Yeah, I think so. I think the difference with the PS3 and the 360, and this is gonna sound crazy, well, there's so many good PS3 exclusives though. You kind of want both. If you kind of, I don't know, they're both so cheap right now to get. It'd be kind of crazy to not, if you can get both, it'd be kind of crazy not to, right? Oh man. Hard to believe the Kinect was a mandatory pack-in when the Xbox launched. I can't believe that either. That's crazy, right? Nice gummy, it looks so good. Whew. But yeah, if you have a CRT, by the way, gummy, then yes, you should get a 360 or a PS3, because if you can get component or even just composite cables hooked up from a 360, man, that's such a great gaming experience. It looks so good. Sweet. All right, level saved. Orangutan gang. This is my favorite level theme, by the way. I know, I'm basic. I love the jungle the most, Donkey Kong. Oh, I just slid off. I should have hit jump, man. This component looks fantastic. Yeah, that's awesome. But I was gonna say, one of the great things about like the Series S or the Series X or the 1S, the backwards compatible games, it doesn't just runs them. It does actually enhance them quite a bit and give you like big performance boosts or resolution boosts. Some of them have 4K, some of them have like it is sweet music. So like you're not just fuck. I jumped. I should. It's instinct. I see enemy. I think I should jump, but you're supposed to run underneath them, really. Oh man, I love the ostrich. This is my favorite one. That's not true. No! that roll. Yeah. Diddy in particular is good at rolling through lines of enemies. Diddy in particular is good at a lot of things, but evading federal custody is not one of those. Sorry. Had to do the joke. You don't even need to roll. You can just dodge them. Ow! You can just run and you don't go underneath them. Jump over the barrels. Oh! So that's going to let me live. Yeah, man, I'm not that great. I need to set some for 360 to fairly judge them, but I just prefer the design of the PS3, the OS, the Blu-ray player. Well, and here's the thing, right? Here's what gets me. Oh, man, I blew that. That was just blowing chunks on that one. And this is why I'm sucking the dick off the 1S, right? In particular, or the 1X if you can find it for that generation, because that's a 4K Blu-ray player. That's a huge deal. I would say that's frankly, that's a big deal for me. And I think it's very expensive. It's probably the least expensive 4K Blu-ray player you can get. If you care about Blu-ray, which I do, right? And I like 4K Blu-ray. Like, I think 4K Blu-ray is cool. Alright, let's save quick. One thing about the 360 when I had one was the Gahoole thing. Yeah, that's true. That's not by Cranky's Cabin. As I load the face, all it takes my winking barrel cannon candy. That's when the fixed tires, hurdle obstacles, and reach bonuses. Okay, so at that time, I gotta fly. Clam City. Ooh, underwater level. These bananas. I want these bananas, baby. That's a temptation banana. That's like where it's like it tempts you to take that banana and then you just die. You know I gotta rep Diddy. That's the one thing I don't like about the new fucking. There's a lot I don't like about the new Donkey Kong. I'm not gonna lie, but one of the main things I don't like about that game is the lack of like other playable Kongs. I know it's like Miyamoto's hate boner. Oh, he's a kid. Yeah. Miyamoto has a fucking huge hate boner for the country games, the country like lore and the characters from it and stuff. You know, I mean, he just does. It's a fucking fact. He's like stated it on record. That's why there's a new design in the movie, in the game, and all that. It's because he fucking hates that this thing was so awesome and so successful. It's like he took his baby and it's like made it better. The thing is, it was someone else taking his game that he made and making it way better and more exciting and more iconic. And he hates that. He fucking hates it because he wants Donkey Kong to be what he made, not what some fucking British dudes at Rare made. You know? And at the time, he was okay with it because it's like, well, we gotta compete, we gotta move in, and Rare is a big company, and they made a lot of good shit for us. You know? This is a tough level, actually. Oh, fuck, that's tough. That's tough. You think we'd be able to use more than just Donkey Diddy? Well, they don't even use Diddy in the new game. They use Pauline. Like, everything's got to go back to Donkey Kong and Pauline, and everything's got to be based on the fucking arcade game. Everything's got to be bullshit, and it can't be. I mean, you can use King K. Rool, right? at the end, but he has to be like a twist. You can't advertise King K. Rool's in the game. You can't play as Diddy Kong. You can't play as Dixie Kong, who everyone loves, right? You can't play as Cranky Kong. You can't play as any of the characters you'd want to play as in a Donkey Kong game. Well, where's the K? How did I miss the K? I didn't. Chibi cartoon King Kong. Yeah, exactly. But like, he thinks like that like Donkey Kong is like the Donkey Kong's where Mario comes from, so like he should just not give a shit. But he's just like he just got this major hate boner for like these games, and you can tell by the way he's like by the lack of like a good game in the series in forever. Sorry, I'm just getting in the zone. Oh, someone's calling.
Call from.
My name is Big Daddy Gahoole Lover.
To accept, press 1.
Hello?
Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, how are ya?
Good, how are you, dude?
It's been a while since I talked to you, Gahoole.
Yeah,
But
dude.
you know who I am, right?
Of course I know. It's Mr. More Immediate himself from the internet.
And Jew Wario fan 17.
The big Jew Wario fan. You know, people misalign Jew Wario. They really think he did all this bad stuff, but I don't know about that.
I mean, he did one last good thing on his time on Earth. If you want to know the truth about it.
That's true. What's going on, dude?
I'm just dealing with the cold, and I was watching him play some Donkey Kong Country, taking me back to the past.
Yeah, to play the game the shitty game that does not suck so much ass.
What's your take on this whole mixtape thing?
Mixtape? Listen.
Yeah, man.
I've seen some footage. It's obviously the greatest game ever made. I don't know. People are saying it's, you know, kind of mediocre, not great. But if you look at the actual gameplay, you got the tongue-kissing mini game. It's just iconically great game design. What else can you say? That's it's not. It goes beyond art. You know, people say games are art. I think art wishes it was mixtape. You know, Salvador Dali, Picasso, Leonardo da Vinci, they would look at something like mixtape and just think, I can never do this. Ever.
I just want to know, is this going to be the spark that kicks off Gamergate 3? Because we did have Gamergate 2. I think it was Stellar Blade. That whole era was Gamergate 2.
We did have Gamergate.
Maybe 1.5.
We had Gamergate 1.5, Gamergate 2. Listen, I haven't seen Anita Sarkeesian in the news again. She's
back, baby.
It's like somehow Anita Sarkeesian returned. This is the new trilogy. This is. I think Gamergate 3 is upon us, and I think this won't be this will be like. I'm trying to think of what a good comparison would be. This will be like. This won't be the Zoe Quinn of Gamergate 3, but this will be like the prelude. This will be like the, you know, like the people covering the Anita Sarkeesian essay she wrote in fucking in college. That's this, but for mixtape.
I'm looking at this situation like that snake eating its own tail, right? So, right in the mix, right in all of this midst of the mixtape drama, we got the quartering drama. And all the grifters that kind of came up during that Gamergate time are now eating each other, right?
We see
And
Monday Matt is back.
Matt, yeah, that he just came out from underneath the boulder to
Mhm.
weigh in on this shit. And I don't even know why anyone would give a fuck. Like, I think they prop him up as like, oh, he's got flagger's remorse. You know, he's a good guy now. He knows what it's like. Put Jeremy, just talk to him. He'll walk you through this flagging situation. He's your guy, but he's still a snake. Like Jarbo still has it in him. He'll flip on a dime, and
He
I just don't trust him the most.
I think Matt Jarbo might be. Listen, all I ever did to Matt Jarbo, I sent him a funny animal video on Twitter in DMs just once a day. It wasn't spam. It was just it'd be a
What did
dog.
you send him?
I would
What
send
did
him
you send him?
I would send him a clip of like a dog chasing its tail, or like a dog doing a funny thing, or like something like that. Just like some innocent, harmless,
Just
funny animal videos.
pictures of Sisyphus in the boulder.
And he would just never respond. But I knew I was bringing joy to his day. And then one day, this motherfucker blocked me for no reason. All I ever did was send him funny animal videos with no negative content. Just, like there was one I sent him. It was a dog chasing something. It was like he was chasing Mario coins, and it was like that's funny. And I thought Jarbo would be happy to receive that. But you know what? He blocked me. He blocked the joy that I was bringing to his life, and that's just sad.
Oh man, he blocked you like a church did him and a 14-year-old
Listen,
girl
sit on
who
razor
wanted to
blades and
have his
spin, okay?
baby.
That's what he would tell you. Sit on razor blades and spin for bringing that up.
I gotta say that's been memory hold. Like he openly told this story about how this girl wanted to get pregnant by him, and he took her on the side of the church with a pocket knife and held it up to her. And you can't, like, the flagging is bad, sure, but you can recover from that. You can't recover from openly bragging about like being a gaming rapist.
The gaming rapist. That should be is the instead of the you should have been angry video game, should be the angry video game rapist. um,
I
I
watched. Listen, I know all about Mundane Matt. I used to watch. There was a show called Twisted Mind with Andy Worski
and
and
Kyle.
Tyler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shout out. I used to watch them, and one of their segments was Wheelman. You know what I'm talking about?
Was that when Monday Matt was in the trunk of the car in L.A.?
No, Wheelman. I think this was like during COVID,
Oh yeah,
and he was
he would do Uber Eats, he'd be DoorDash.
yeah, Uber Eats and DoorDash. But he would just like go into Walmart and then look in the clearance rack, and he would like pick up things Ashen style and try and like give you a synopsis of the discount candle he found. It was quite entertaining. But then he also had like other spin-offs like $3 Theater, and he'd give like the most
I was
lukewarm takes.
Here's the thing. $3 Theater was for the most part like just very basic bitch retarded lukewarm takes. However, and I'm sure you've known this, I went on there a couple of times to argue with him about his most nuclear insane hot take ever conceived by any
Was
person.
it the Snyder Cut?
No.
Snyder Cut shit? No?
No, Snyder Cut shit. He was just his stuff about Snyder Cut was not that. It was fine. It was pretty much. It was parrying other people. His take on The Rock not being a movie star was so insane. Not even that The Rock is a bad actor or he's a bad movie star. He's a failed movie star. Just that he is not a movie star at all. And I went up to I went up to people on the street and asked them what they thought about this. And I was going to do a whole conspiracy theory about this. I had filmed stuff where I went to people and asked them, what do you think about this guy who doesn't think The Rock is a movie star? And people were just baffled. Like everyone I talked to was like, no way, that's so stupid. I went on to I made a fake account, went onto Reddit Unpopular Opinions, and made a thread saying I don't think The Rock is a movie star, and I was banned. Unpopular Opinions banned me for having an opinion that was too stupid.
Damn.
And this
I
is
gotta say, he's been around. Like Rock has been in movies since like I think it was Doom, right? That was maybe his first one. He
he was
was
in
in the
Scorpion King,
Rundown,
Mummy,
Scorpion King,
Mummy 2. Yeah, and he's been in movies
Mummy.
for like
Yeah,
20 plus years. And maybe you don't think he's a successful movie star, he's not that good. That's a fine take. It's a normal take to have. He's not the greatest actor. But to say he's not a movie star, he's been the star of multiple movies. He's like the lead actor in
I mean,
multiple Hollywood movies.
do you, would he also say that Hulk Hogan wasn't a movie star, even though he had like top billing in Suburban Commando, No
His
Holds Barred?
his
Uh,
qualifications were you had to be the lead actor in a movie franchise in order to be considered a movie star.
what the fuck, Jumanji?
Well, right, exactly. But he said that's an ensemble film. It's an ensemble film. It doesn't count according to him.
Okay,
But then the
so it
other,
has other actors in it, co-stars.
but then if you think
What
about
kind
it,
of conditions are those?
like if you think about it, like what about like Robert De Niro or fucking Al Pacino? Like they weren't movie stars in franchises. You know, they just were like one.
Yeah,
They just acted in movies. One off. Like I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio wasn't a fucking movie star in a major franchise. Is Leonardo DiCaprio not a fucking movie star?
I mean, the Scorpion King, the Mummy.
The Mummy. He was in multiple Mummy movies. He was the lead man in Jumanji. I mean, he was one of the lead
Right?
actors in Fast and Furious. Like you can go on, but
Moana, because he's doing the animated and the live action.
yeah,
What the fuck?
I don't know.
This is straight up gaslighting.
I noticed. But I would go up to people on the street and ask them what they thought about this paint, and they were like baffled that anyone could. It wasn't like people when they heard it, they were like, "What the fuck? Who thinks that?"
I think Matt has that like I know guys like Matt, like they started off trying to make indie films. They try and like emulate Kevin Smith.
Mm-hmm.
They move over to LA. They make a few little basement videos, basement tapes,
They
if
get
you
driven
will.
around in the trunk of a car, you know.
Yeah, everything has to have like a low key rape plot or something, or there has to be some sort of hostage situation. So one guy has to demonstrate his acting chops, and that's
Yeah,
Matt. Like, and I I look at him and I'm like, I know this guy because that guy was always the contrarian, just for no reason. Like he had to take the opposite stance. He had to like argue with the professor kind of guy,
yeah.
and he didn't go to film school. He went to films. You know, I've I've seen him. You see this guy like Matt. There's a million variants of the same guy. Like you've seen him before. Always got the goatee. Always having a wife son situation.
Got the big
Hat
thick rim
Star Wars.
glasses. Got the snapback hats. Wears
Eric
graphic.
Butts. Eric Butts has more than Mundane Matt.
None of Jarbo's
You know who Eric
four
Butts
books.
is?
I know. I don't know who Eric Butts is actually.
He's the guy. He's the guy who cried at the Star Wars trailer.
Oh, that guy. Yes, that guy.
Yes, he's a real mutant too. I actually met Eric Butts.
Oh, you have?
I have. He's got a pretty hot wife. I'm not joking. I met Eric Butts. I was in Memphis. I was straight up. I tried to live the Wigga lifestyle like Ethan Ralph. I went to Crystals. I lived large, and I was really loud and rambunctious, but I ran into Eric Butts, and he's a mutant. Like he is really big into horror films. He had a whole belt full of like beers, just that he wore around his waist, and he got really drunk, and he was like he's like in the film. They made a film of this like drive-in thing, and he was like the most popular and recognized guy. Everyone respected him.
Wow.
And I don't think Mundane Matt will ever achieve any of that.
No.
He's always going to be the quarry king.
Well, here's the thing: the quarterings. Eric Butts is like a more successful version of Matt Jarbo and the quartering. Quartering, Matt Jarbo, Eric Butts are all the same guy, and you'll notice all of them seem to be guys who are like have like trophy wives, right? Or like the wife is like the main. Because I know something
Yeah,
the Quartering's wife is like the main breadwinner in the family, and same with Matt Jarbo. And I'm assuming it must be the case for Eric Butts. So like they must like this like phenotype must just attract successful women. And they like having these like kind of guys around to like be like their husbands. Like I don't know
I
what it's
kind of
like.
want to be one of these guys.
So listen, all I'm saying is, but like the Quartering, like if the Quartering's YouTube career died tomorrow, it wouldn't matter because his wife is extremely rich and successul. Like he does not like if you see
Yes.
like what she does in the house they live in, it's not off his YouTube career. It's entirely like he does the YouTube shit as like a hobby and to earn extra money. But if he stopped tomorrow, he would not he doesn't need this for the money. He's doing this for the love of the game. Say what you will, but so
I,
all this crash out shit is
I,
completely unnecessary. He's just doing it. My hot take is that I think he's doing what he's doing now. Like I think the flagging is because his wife has told him to do so, and he has to do what she asks. Because people, I think there were people. I think it was Worski PvP like made fun of his wife like once or twice, and I think they went too far, and now it's like the wife taps the core on the shoulder and says it's time to call Mr. YouTube and get that shit down, buddy. That's why.
I, I, I think Worski and PvP, like, yeah, they took a couple of jabs here and there, but I think like they were onto something about like Jeremy's creepy behavior. Like he
Oh yeah.
has dead eyes, like the devil's eyes. See his if you look right at his face, he's got like two buttholes staring back at you.
It's the face of an
And
alcoholic.
there's nothing there's nothing to what the quartering does. I mean, like you've seen the shorts, like where he just straight up says, "Whoa, check out this wild SJW," and then plays an entire video. But he has done this for over a decade, and I'm not even talking. Like I've known about the quartering because he reached out to me one time, and I told him no. He wanted to ask me questions because did you know gaming had ripped off like two of my videos uh like 2 weeks after I made them. and and I called them out. I was like, hey, you didn't reach out to me and you just took two of my videos. That kind of sucks. And then the quartering like messaged me, goes, can you tell me everything that happened?
You're
I
like,
didn't
no,
reply to him.
no.
No. I don't.
Listen,
And that's what he did. And I don't. I gotta. This is a personal gripe, but I don't like the name Midwestly. That makes me feel sick hearing that.
Midwestly.
That's one of his aliases.
Ugh.
Unsleeved Media, Midwestly, quartering, all
Listen,
sorts of stuff. He's trying to build like these titles for himself. But I recall like the only reason I ever heard about the quartering is because he got beat up. Like, remember that?
fuck. What was?
That's he got beat up by somebody, and I think Ralph took pity on him or something and like had him on a stream.
Damn. I don't remember that. That was I was before I had heard about the Kino Pounder himself. The only reason I know what the quarter is because people would spam him on my fucking board all the time, and then people would talk about the quarter pounder and the Kino Pounder. Everyone would like they would post his videos ironically on the site because they're
Yeah,
awful. Like they're
Brie
not good
Larson made a
videos.
movie. Yeah, Brie Larson really shook
Brie
up the
Larson
movie
farted
industry.
10 times today on the red carpet.
I don't understand that kind of what do you call that mindset? Like the Penguin Zero thing, like where you take like 1 minute of content and stretch it to 10 minutes. And Hambly, he's like probably the best in his field at doing that.
Yeah, there's a lot of like that's a lot of this like last like 5-10 years of YouTube has just been that shit. Unfortunately, uh, I don't know why. Not so much the last little bit here, but that was like a huge span where like that was the most successful thing you could do on YouTube. It's similar, I hate to say it, It's Ray William Johnson. It's the Ray William Johnson approach, but
Yeah,
just with different stuff. But instead of doing equals three, doing three things, you just do one thing. That's it. You don't even do three.
but I just don't. I can't honestly say that there was any appeal to the quartering. Like I can't remember like one iconic expose he did, like uh breaking new ground kind of story. Like he just is a mirror. I call him a mirror as in like somebody uploads a video and the quartering mirrors that exact video and just provides no insight and
Yeah.
makes enough money to have a private plane. Like what the fuck? That
Well,
doesn't blackmail you nothing will.
the honest truth, the private plane is because of his wife. That's what I think. That's probably the truth. It's like his wife makes all that money. But
I
important,
heard the same I heard the same shit about Doug Walker.
I believe
Like
that. I believe that Doug Walker has. I believe Doug. Well, the thing is, Doug Walker is like that, but he's like the light side version of that, where he actually
yeah,
he also makes good videos, frankly. Uh,
he lives within his means because I remember he like lived in a trailer park and he just made his little videos, you know.
mhm,
He got a little bit above his normal thing, like when he tried to do demo reel and got that studio and all
yeah,
that shit. I think he learned from that, but he still looked out for his team. Like he still gives all of his homies a paycheck and stuff. Like it's kind of an Adam Sandler light situation. but, but the quartering is like lost all of it. Like just in this month, he's lost like all of his capos.
yeah.
Nobody's employed
It's an
anymore.
impressive crash out, but you know what? Is it not entertaining? Is he not giving us the content right now? Is he's giving the content he never gave before? He's going on Twitter, crashing out, going on drunk rants, saying he's going to take people's channels down, taking people's channels down like a villain on a warpath. Sometimes I'm not saying I agree with it, but you have to give credit for making this. The sector was dead like 3 months ago. Nothing was going on, and the quartering revived it. And now everyone there's some he's bringing the content. It took him 15 years, however long he's making videos. It took him that this long, but now he's finally making the internet entertaining a little bit by going crazy
I
and
feel
threatening
the
people.
sector is on the rise again. Like it does kind of feel like 2017 era, you
Hmm.
know. As I said, Anita has risen from the swamp.
Somehow
Like
Anita, somehow Anita's
yeah, she's
accusing
trade.
returned, and we
Like
got
uh Ralph and Worski are on speaking terms again.
yeah, that's
They
it's crazy.
they pulled up like some of the first kill streams though. Like I went back and listened to that. It was like Ralph Nora and their co-host. I forget her name.
Oh
Uh,
wow,
but yeah, yeah, like they pulled up like the original stuff, and like it's like such a shell shock to go back and listen to that stuff because like he was truly doing the journalism back then
yes,
and covering these stories. And it's weird like this revisionism about Gamergate that we're seeing.
oh
Like
yeah. I mean,
truly like things are more insane now. And like I like go on Twitter and what like Gamergate used to be like treated as this big conspiracy and it's just like all these incel dudes bullying women. But then I see this mixtape thing and they're like, no, this is an industry plan. You got Larry Ellis, the head of Oracle, backdoor funding this stuff, Game Awards propping it up. Like people are just straight up shitting on journalists. I couldn't laugh harder. you know,
well, they thought they could. It they've been trying to creep back to the status quo of like back then a little bit, but I think because of the whole, I think I don't know, maybe I think because of the whole cultural shift with fucking Dup and the whole like real life election shit, like people kind of gave me a backseat and they stopped caring. But at some point, you people will come back to you can't go this crazy like this obvious like you can't give this fucking maybe the fucking IGN guy just really loved it. Maybe he really loves watching kids make out or something. You never know, but it's
okay, listen. I don't like to just like conflate art or media as like being
that's true.
pedophilic or something. I mean, like, yeah, like you can watch a Todd Solondz film like Happiness, and it can still affect you in a way that like makes you just feel sickened by it. But that's kind of the intention behind the art is like it's just like supposed to be disturbing or whatever. I don't think it's necessarily promoting, you know,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
No, I don't agree
But
with that.
I think that's like an low hanging fruit kind of thing. I think what they want us to stop talking about is like who's funding it, why all these like critics came out in unison about this one like mid game, and like how superfluous game review scores are. Like a 10, right?
Yeah.
I A 10 has to be, in my opinion, like a cultural milestone, as in like this is something you put down in the ground, and there's only the time before this game came out and the time after, and it just goes on to like leave a indelible mark
Well,
on
that's what
something,
mixtape
right?
is. It's the greatest. I don't know. It's a cultural. It's the greatest game to ever come out of Australia, right? Like it's perhaps
Yeah.
the most important game, not just of the decade, but of like the 21st century. You know, like it's.
Yeah, say that with a straight face.
No, no. Listen, all I'm saying
And then
is,
like it comes to like, yes, there are culture war grifters that like want to eat good. Like you'll have Smash GPT come out and say, "Oh, guys, look at this! SJW's made this. Melissa McConaughey's favorite game right here." And it's like, yeah, you get the dent heads that come out. You Stuttering Craig has to weigh in on this, but I think there are just some rational people that are looking at this objectively and saying, like, okay, here we are, this game that's like posing as an indie game, and you and I know what an indie game is. Like, we've played some Steam, Greenlight, and itch.io kind of shit before.
yes.
There are, like, in my mind, an indie game is like maybe a team no more than five guys, burgers and fries. No more than five dudes, and self-funded, not reaching out to Oracle or Annapurna. And then, like as I said, the sweeping begins immediately after, right? Like whenever people are saying like, "Hey, this is kind of sus. You told me this was an indie game and this is an important piece," and then like somebody takes like 10 minutes to research where the money came from. They're like, "Oh, it ties back to Oracle, one of the leading developers of AI. I thought you guys hated AI." You know? And I think this is how they do it, though. Like, they're trying to shift the narrative and like ease into like AI developed games. Now, I can't say for sure that Mixtape used AI in its development. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But what they're trying to do is astroturf, like all the journalists are trying to astroturf these kind of games and dress them up as like independent darlings and struggling developer made this shit. And they're gonna like try and turn the sentiment against like anti AI, right? Um, and that's how they do it. They get through Reddit. They already got Reddit. Reddit has been selling their data and feeding it to language learning models. So if you go on Reddit, inherently you are in support of AI. You're training the models. But it's like this weird duality that these liberal gamers, come out and say like, "Oh, I'm for small creators. I'm for artistic uh, artistic creation and being able to monetize that,"
Mhm.
and then anti AI. But here they are, like as I said, like one of the biggest AI and data center developers in America, Oracle, puts out this product, and I'm going to call it a product because this is like so focus tested. It's like a caricature of the 1990s. It has licensed music, very Steven Universe millennial writing kind of affair, but that's who they were targeting. Like, I'm not trying to say this is conspiratorial. Like, no, this is by design.
it's 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 an industry plant indie game. It reminds me of Dave the Diver, where it's a similar thing where it's got a quirky art style and it's designed to mock and not mock, but like emulate the look of what indie games look like. And indie games look like that because of budget reasons most of the time and like time and like skill reasons because they don't have a big team. But then they do
Yeah.
that. But then they like create a game that like looks similar because it's popular. because indie games sell better because they're not focus tested to ship, and they make a focus tested to shit indie game instead. Um,
Let me point out something in your chat. This guy named Balmung, which is a dot hack reference. He says it's like how Expedition 33 won all these indie awards, even though it was funded by a French billionaire, was outsourced to hundreds of Koreans. Also, Expedition 33 got caught using AI placeholders like really early on. And it was eventually patched out, but people were noticing like textures and stuff with like garbled language and all that.
yeah,
And then it, went on to sweep all these game awards and stuff like that. But as I said, it's the hypocrisy that really bothers me. All these people that like come out and like bastardize what it means to be an indie dev, and then they're caught red-handed using AI and getting funding from a billionaire, and then they just come out and they say, "Oh no, this is just a big nothing burger." Yeah, yeah, big shock, Reddit Reno. Billionaires fund games, they fund projects, right? Like the biggest eat the rich bunch of hive-minded shitheads on the internet. Like they hold two positions always.
yeah, pretty
So
much.
that's what this is about. It's when you criticize mixtape and you use their own sticking points against them, it makes them look foolish.
Well, that's true. That's true. I can't deny that. But at the end of the day, I mean, that's the entire like blue sky internet bubble is like that. They're just it's just a realm of they want to be in the good things, but it's impossible to practice that while supporting so much of that belief and mindset system is funded by people who are now doing the things that they don't like, right? Like the entire environmentalist movement was funded a lot by Silicon Valley, and now Silicon Valley is creating some of the biggest environmental problems, and now they're like enemies now. It's the same thing, but with gaming, it's just like you know the entire gaming internet discourse like that, like talking about video games online, you're just surrounded by like complete retards who don't have no
Mostly
ability.
they're mostly larpers though. Like they don't even play these games and
No,
we have the data to back it up.
nobody plays video games. They just watch it on YouTube. Obviously, they watch it on TikTok.
But that's the same, you can get the same experience watching mixtape on YouTube than you do actually playing the game itself.
Well,
There's that guy, um hit there's a Japanese critic that played Cuphead about like 8 years ago, right? And he couldn't clear the tutorial. He was like couldn't figure out
oh,
the jump
it's
button.
Dean. What's his face? I forget his last name. He's Dean. But yeah, the
Yeah,
kid.
his name's Dean. Is it Dean Takahashi, I think?
Yes, that's him. Yeah.
Um, Dean Takahashi like came out of the woodwork and gave gushing praise for mixtape, and like the closing paragraph of his review is just like, I'm glad that there's no like gameplay challenge barrier to this. he like he laments games that have actual uh, challenge or uh, forces you to like learn a skill in order to access its story. And that's like not a problem with me though. Like I don't mind visual novels. I don't mind adventure games whatsoever. I grew up playing LucasArts shit, and it's not a that's not a problem. It's as I said, the hypocrisy. It's where they're framing this as like one of the most important narratives ever, and just jaw-dropping, stunning, a masterpiece. They use shit like needle drop. Makes me sick. They
Well,
needle drop in the Smashing Pumpkins.
they should have put the needle drop in the game. They should put Anthony Fantano. He would have fit right in. Honestly, it's an Anthony
Yeah.
Fantano tier s game, really. Uh, I will say this. I also love visual novels and like adventure games and stuff like that. I mean, I grew up with like the Humongous Entertainment, like Pajama Sam and Putt Putt and all that shit. That was my shit when I was a kid. The
Oh
problem is
yeah.
that they would never play a game like that because they never play like a visual novel, like an actual story game, because they need to have animation to make their more like 3D animation to make they have to jingle the keys in front of their face with their little baby brains. And it's not that they don't
Yeah. Like
like. And the thing is, it's not even that he couldn't get through like the first level of Cuphead, it's like he was incapable of understanding how to play the video game because he's not like mentally developed enough to do it. So like he shouldn't be playing video games or reviewing them. You know, he should just.
Partridge, Partridge Pete in chat says the hypocrisy makes me go bananas personally. I
Fuck.
gotta say though, like I think as a critic, you should have a certain wealth of knowledge in different genres you should play. I mean, obviously there will be guys that are the sports reviewer. He's got the sports column. There's the adventure novel guy. There's the shoot 'em up guy. Um, but you get like these big outlets like IGN who you just don't know any names. You don't know who's behind it, if your tastes align whatsoever. Like the written word is almost worthless nowadays. And people like seek out YouTube personalities for like the real lowdown on these things.
Yeah. Well,
Like I can't imagine a game award swaying me. Like if I'm in a store and I see like a little statue that says winner of the 2026 game awards or whatever, that's not gonna like sway me to buy anything. I don't think it would sway anyone. Most people don't even know what a game award is.
no, it doesn't have the cultural clout like the Oscars or the Emmys have, and I don't particularly think that an Oscar or an Emmy is as valuable as a seal of quality as it was like 10, 15 years ago, even.
Yeah.
But I mean, it never was that for the Game Awards. I will say this: my dad was a sports writer, and even as a sports writer, you would make references to like classics or like Greek like myths or something. You know, talk about like there's so much. Part of it is that you'd have education. You go to school and you learn about like basic like stuff like the Greek gods and classic literature, like enough to like be able to understand references that like everyone will make. And there's nothing like that
Yeah.
for video games. Like there's no barrier for entry.
There's
Like
no cultural zeitgeist. There's no literary canon that most people would be familiar with to like understand the analogy you're trying to make.
or like understand like the fundamentals of like what a video game is and how it developed. Like I, I think I watched there was a what was his face? Not Monday Matt. It was it was not Monday Matt. It was Matthew Matosis. There was a Matthew Matosis video a
Yeah,
while
yeah,
back
yeah.
about how there's not going forward. We'll be one of the only his generation will be only one of the generations to ever like play like all history, the entire history of video gaming, which is very
Right.
true. Like if you're coming into gaming now, you don't have any like context, and you don't go back and play anything from like retro or anything or like early video gaming, you'll have no context for like why things are the way they are in a lot of ways, and you'll just go in assuming that you don't have to press a dash button in Cuphead, and there's like
Right.
there's no like read these books first before you go to reading other things with video games. You're just supposed to like go in and go for the newest shit. uh and
I
like
It
and
is true because like I love Matthew Matosis. We have a lot, and I would say like Gen X and millennials have kind of a broader spectrum of seeing the evolution of games. Um, Interacting with like the NES stuff, like the big jump in graphics between generations. But now we're kind of in a, um, I would say there's like a bottleneck or diminishing returns on next gen graphics. Right now we're in a RAM crisis. They don't even know. They're getting cold feet about what the specs are going to be for the next system. So like really I don't think there's like a giant graphical leap that we're going to make or anything super revolutionary. So it's really going to come back down to like a form of regression. There's going to be more games that are made on shoestring budgets. There's going to be like more throwbacks to the retro era and stuff like that.
well we
That's ultimately a good thing.
right, but definitely reached a plateau with AAA gaming, like in terms not just in
Yeah.
terms of graphics, but in terms of like gameplay features, world size, you know, it, interesting, more destructive environments, not just like fidelity, but like all aspects of gaming has plateaued since I think the beginning or the end of the PS4 era generation, and like this basically since 2020, like all gaming has plateaued, if not regressed. I think the Unreal Engine 5 issue with stuttering and it's heavy demands on hardware for limited returns on actual visuals, frankly,
Yeah.
has really
I'm
caused.
telling you this. from experience though, um, the pandemic might have caused the most damage on gaming as a whole, and
Yeah.
I think it's because they're still chasing those highs of like when everyone was stuck inside, or not necessarily. No, I mean not everyone was, but I'm just saying like they're still chasing the highs of the pandemics, and they built their whole model of trying to chase back after like 2020 2021, and the PS5 really benefited from that. But like as we've seen for the past 5 years, there hasn't been like a major game. In fact, there's been more flops, like disastrous Sega level flops, you know.
The last big like huge cultural defining game that came out was Fortnite. And there's been good
That's
games that have
true.
come out since 2020, and there's been good like games that I've enjoyed that I've played a lot. Like I loved, but like in terms of like games that like Halo esque or Call of Duty esque or like games that like if you went to and talk to people on the street that they would know about, like Minecraft. It's Fortnite was the last major
Right.
one, and we haven't had anything since then. And Fortnite got peak popularity in 2020, and everyone chased wanting the next Fortnite. Or like Overwatch is a good example, or World of Warcraft. Uh, Everyone wanted the next. First, everyone was making games to make the next Overwatch, which failed. And then everyone's trying to make the next Fortnite, and that's not working out either because there's only one of those. And even then,
Yeah.
Fortnite's cutting features that they had that they built up a bunch of features like Fortnite Festival. I think they're making cuts to that, you know, already, which sucks. So it's like, what's left really? Like what's like you can make like I don't think Xbox has produced a culturally relevant game since I can't
Like
remember.
what, Halo 4 maybe? I can't even think, because like I I love the 360. I think it was like one of the last amazing consoles ever.
Yeah,
And they gave Sony a run for their money. Like I during that era, I was all about the 360 and even Wii over PS3. And
PS3.
they squandered so much of their potential. And I don't trust this like new CEO
No,
that they're
no.
going to bring Xbox back. What they're going to do is they're going to continue to blur the lines between a like a Windows PC and a console. If that, they've diluted their brand to where it's like absolutely meaningless.
The
It's
next
it
they've
should be a
already,
great shame that Halo is on other platforms, honestly.
but no one cares. Like there's Halo's on other platforms that no one cares or wants to buy it, right? It
Right.
sucks.
Like I'm gonna start over Halo on PS5 and try and get my clan that I've been running with since like 2004 together, right?
Yeah.
It's all over. Like kids don't even care about Halo. As far as like cultural impact, there was a Halo TV show universally regarded as trash.
Oh my god, some of the stuff that they do to Master Chief in that, they take his helmet off, but then he's like a sissy boy, weird. It's so bad. It's like bafflingly bad. But as
It
for like,
has a rich amount of like novels to draw from too. Like the Halo novels are decent.
yeah,
There's at least four really great games in the series. You could even tap in a marathon a little bit for source material. They're never going to like have that penetration into the mainstream again. Like it straight up Halo was massive in the mid 2000s, and then I just like sat there and like watched one of my favorite franchises just get drained dry, and like letting Bungie break away and make Destiny and stuff. Do you know anyone who plays Destiny? Do you
no.
know anyone who? No,
Do, do you know anyone who plays Marathon? The new Marathon? I don't.
no, no.
They made a new
And as
Marathon,
I
and
said,
it's a fucking Tarkov clone, right? It's like, what were they thinking? Right? It's stupid.
it makes me like really upset to see that, because I truly thought like Xbox had what it took. And yeah, you had the Don Matrick thing. I think that was recoverable. I had a Series X for a period in time. The hardware is amazing on the Series
Yeah,
X. Being able to like swap between games is a really cool idea. Game Pass started off like as a great deal, but like PlayStation Plus, like Game Pass, they started getting greedy. They started tearing things out. And in a way, Game Pass ended up, I think, diluting the value of what a game is. Like I don't know people that pay full price for games anymore.
I
You
try.
know,
I
if
try
it's
not
not
to.
on,
I don't. A hot take: there is no game that releases that is worth more than $60. I just don't think there. As a consumer who buys product like video games, I understand it costs more to make
yeah,
games. People who make the games deserve the money to get. I get all that, but as a
yeah,
person who plays games, there's nothing that there's no brand new game should be more than $60. I think the $70 jump was tough to eat, but I could handle it. But this $80 game shit that Nintendo pulled and Microsoft tried to pull it too, and they had to walk it back because no one was buying it. There's like
yeah. Capcom's doing that a lot too. Like I played through Resident Evil Requiem,
yeah,
and I have never felt like a bigger disappointment. Like Resident Evil has some stinkers, but this one in particular was such a waste of time. Um, like it starts off, I would say like the first half of the game starts off pretty decently. It has some more tension, but they cram in like two different styles of Resident Evil to try and like appease everyone, and it just ends up being like a member berries nostalgia grab. Like, hey, remember this fight? Remember Raccoon City? Remember Leon and all these other like superfluous characters? And I it feels like many modern games just lack original identity. Like they have their hooks in the past or in fan service and all this other shit. And you don't see things like Katamari Damacy coming out, like, just groundbreaking original ideas from true artists, true visionaries. Um, and like all the old guard and stuff like that, they're aging out. All the auteurs are aging out. Your Will Wrights, your Sudas, your and all that shit like that. Mikami's even aging out. All the old guard is aging out, and you don't have new names coming in to replace them whatsoever.
no.
You have all these random outsource things or AI or millennial think tanks just diluting what made things special back then.
Well, like even like Harada left Tech, got like quit Bandai from making Tech. I guess he's going to SNK now to make shit apparently, which I don't know if that'll turn out okay. But like there's you don't you really don't hear about any like named guys who are making games anymore. It's never you never hear about this is this guy's game, and
This is Cliffy B, folks. He made Gears of War.
oh god, and without him, no one cares. Maybe we should bring Cliff Blazinski back. Maybe we were too hard on Cliff Blazinski. Okay, maybe we should have been on.
Not hard enough.
Oh man. So I
But
saw.
they used to do that. Like they used to parade out developers. Like this is the guy. Like Mikami was like the baddest motherfucker in the entire industry, and like they they started canceling his projects. Like Microsoft started canceling his projects mid development. Like
Yeah.
Ghostwire is unfinished. Um, what was that? What was that rhythm game that Tango came
Oh
out with?
yeah. Um, Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush, like probably one of the most original uh, games, like in the same genre as like Jet Set Radio or something, like a really good revival of that, but original. And then like they just completely killed that studio, and then they supposedly brought it back, but I don't buy that. Like
They
they
sold
just
the game.
waste good talent.
Microsoft sold the rights to that game to another company. Someone else is making. I think they're gonna make a sequel, but it's not being made by Microsoft. They sold the game to someone else, which is stupid. I mean, it was a good game, but you know what? Microsoft's retarded. They just don't know how to fuck. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're bad at making games. But we were talking earlier in the chat about because like there's some value in having a like an Xbox One S or an Xbox One for the backwards compatible
Yeah,
games. Because someone was mentioned that they want to play Deadly Premonition and on 360. I'm like, well, the best way to do that is a backwards compatible Xbox.
that's the
But
way. Absolutely.
the best way. But like beyond that, like, and I have a Series X still because I never switched over to PS5 because I don't know, I just didn't I don't know, I didn't want to support Sony after what they did with Japan Studios. Like I can't support PlayStation anymore.
I'm
Um,
with you 100% on that.
I'm
Fuck
I,
Sony forever for what they did to Japan Studios. They've forgotten who they were. And
and that's why
Astrobot, while it's cool, like it just feels so hollow. Uh, like them remembering their legacy, and like 75% of the games that appear in Astrobot are dead franchises. Like what the
yeah.
fuck?
Well, but but the thing that I liked about PlayStation was the Japanese games, and that's why I like PlayStation. I don't particularly care for The Last of Us or the Naughty Dog games or like the Spider-Man stuff or all this like Western developer stuff that they've moved to. I don't.
Yeah.
Those aren't the reasons why I like PlayStation or why I enjoy PlayStation for like Kingdom Hearts and Persona and the Japanese stuff that got me in and Gravity Rush and
Oh, yeah,
Eco.
absolutely. Yeah.
That's why I like the PlayStation. That's why I had a PS Vita. That's why I had a PS4. And they don't have that anymore, so it's like, well, fuck, I'll go to Xbox. And now the Xbox sucks. I got to The only way to go forward is to get a PC, but you can't afford a PC now. It's just like you're fucked.
Yeah.
You
I
just
mean, there all these. I feel the gaming industry in Japan's probably equally dead, and that's all due to like gotcha games and that like having such a stranglehold on the market. Like when I was over in Japan, they do have like a large physical presence, but like when you're on the trains, you're just seeing people like with their nose in their phone, tapping away, tapping,
yeah,
and like the PS5 is so absurdly expensive in terms of like, Japanese wages that will never catch up. Like when you go into Geo's like one of the most popular electronic stores over there. You go to Geo and they have rental plans for PS5. So you can like
jeez,
rent them for a weekend or whatever. And people are throwing money hand over fist just to play like the one game that they want. But like what in the homes that I went to, I never saw a PS5, not even once. Everyone had a Switch One. You know
they don't have a
that.
Switch 2 even. Well, the PS5 is too expensive, and the Japanese yen has, I don't know if it's deflate, but the inflation over there is insane. I've got family over there, and yeah, the economy there is tough. It's tough to make a living there, and it's tough to have money left over for anything expenditures. Uh, I don't know. It's just that Japan, the Japanese market, but then yeah, has also been completely co-opted by the Chinese too. Like most of the gotcha games
Yeah,
aren't Japanese; they're Chinese, and like a lot of the gaming talent in Japan has like went to China now, or been brought up by like NetEase or something like that.
NetEase. Yeah,
It's all
I'm
like,
really I'm really disheartened by what happened with Gang of Dragon.
oh
I
god, me
also
too.
feel like the same thing is going to happen to Grasshopper and Suda 51's company because they're also owned by NetEase, and I think they're just kind of like teetering on the edge. But a lot of people got in bed with NetEase is because they were just handing out contracts. They were handing out free
Yeah,
money. Of course, Negoshi's going to stand in line for that.
yeah, of
But
course.
I think it's so short sighted for NetEase to close down Gang of Dragon because it's quite obvious that Negoshi's going to wanted to make this into a franchise. He has the same model for the Yakuza series. You make one game from that one game, you could make 5 additional ones, and there will be more annual updates. But it's rough. It's so rough out there for our legends. And even Itagaki just fucking died.
Yeah, God.
Got no flowers from that. Rest in peace, King. But I don't know, man. The glory days are gone. Gamergate's coming back up.
Well, the gaming industry needs another GamerGate to get a good kick in the ass. We need to GamerGate it up. Gaming development. Here's the deal: game development has to get out of California. Is the main thing. That's why budgets have ballooned so high. All of like Western game dev is located in California for the most part, and it's too expensive to pay people like a normal wage there. For people to like the living in California is so expensive that it has caused game development costs to balloon like quadruple or quintuple, right? Because cost of living there has gone up that much. That's the reason
Yeah,
why like a game like almost all like the major Western major AAA games that came out that were successful and somewhat profitable have been in Europe the last couple of years. You look at stuff like Larian Studios or CD Project Red, they're all based somewhere in Europe because you can pay people less over there, and you can still provide somewhat of a decent wage and get quality employees, which you can't really in a lot of places without outsourcing. You can still do stuff over there without completely outsourcing to India or some shit. And now that Europe has much of a living, isn't expensive to pay. It's expensive to pay people in Europe too, but it's less in California. We need like a game development thing. I know Texas. Texas might be a good move because there's less taxes there, but Texas is getting expensive to live in now too. But the
yeah,
technology industry in general needs to get, and gaming it needs to crash, and then they need to you know, it's gonna have to happen. But if it wants to survive, it has to get out of California. Is the main honest truth. There's no way it can survive paying people the amount that they do, because the all gaming budget. There's no like actual like physical. You have to pay for like licenses and stuff, but all game development really is just paying people money and paying for artists and programmers and shit. Because there's no like, it's not like making a movie or making any other kind of product where you're consuming a physical quantity of items, right? You the only thing that makes costs is getting computers for your staff and paying people, and you just can't
I'm
keep doing that in fucking California. It's not possible.
I'm gonna leave you with this, okay?
Mhm.
I want you to pay attention to this because there's going to be an easing of sentiment regarding AI development. And this is not going to happen organically. Like, it's not going to just be a bunch of blue sky people that just one day say, hey, you know what? AI is not so bad, blah, 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 blah. This is already happening from the top down, astroturfed, using bots, using AI, dead internet, whatever you want to call it. They're going to use little vehicles, Trojan horses like Mixtape. They're going to use things like Expedition 33. They're already starting this where they're going to sneak in AI or they're going to use it during the pre planning phase. And then they're going to allow all these 10 out of 10 reviews to come in, and all these trusted anti AI bros are going to praise something. And then they're going to say, then it's going to be discovered right after, like, oh yeah, this was made by AI. And enough times of that doing that, people are either going to just, get disenfranchised and say, whatever. Now it's ubiquitous. Now everything's made with that. And there's like no true vision behind anything anymore. But there's just going to be a general easing of this, like people flipping on their positions on AI. What it's happening now, just quote me on that.
I think you want an even crazier take on that. This is something to consider for real. Because personally, I am anti. I'm not pro AI for consumer stuff, but one of the things I felt, like just and I, one thing that I felt is there's such overtly strong and it's so omnipresent, the anti AI sentiment with people. Like you're getting so much like you see like the rhetoric people are saying about AI is so extremely anti-AI in some places, it almost becomes off-putting to people, right? Where like if you're using
Right.
AI to make a meme, like who gives a shit? It's not that big a deal. I mean, I know it's not you don't like the software, it's bad for the environment, or whatever. I get that, but like if you're making a shit post or an
Yeah.
image edit with AI, no one really gives a shit. But people are saying enough people are being so extremely anti-AI, and they do this a lot with you see this a lot with like gay rights or other stuff like that. If you see like a one of the ways you get people to sway to your side is by making the other side look so obnoxious you kind of want to oppose them out of principle because they're being so obnoxious. So I think genuinely
Right.
there are negative
That's
actors
exactly.
there are negative
It's not.
actors in that AI field who are claiming to be anti-AI but are really just being extremely overly attacking AI stuff and calling stuff that calling stuff that isn't AI, which has happened, and saying oh it's just AI. It's you know it's to get you to think about AI more and you expose to it so much more and you get like well that's not a big deal. So now you're defending AI, and then eventually you'll just become so used to it and you'll become so exhausted with the thought of being opposing AI that you won't want to engage with it anymore, and then they'll just ease it in and let it happen. You know?
I'm gonna say one last thing here,
Okay.
and this is not too far out there, but I truly believe Anita Sarkeesian got Donald Trump in office. Not Sargon, not Ralph. I would say Sarkeesian and that Macintosh guy, her ghostwriter, are responsible for Donald Trump. And for like I want, you can call me a woke lefty or whatever, but I wish more leftists would wake up to this sentiment that they are the authors of their own demise. Like instead of like trying to reach the working class, instead of trying to like take a reasonable approach to things, like where they do their crybully tactics and then like conflate uh, like criticism, general criticism towards games or whatever, as being chud-like behavior. They are they are instilling all these fucking neocons in there, and then they're wondering what the hell happened. It's just that It's that disconnect, you know. Anyway, I love you, man. Thanks
Yes.
for a good stream. We'll
Yep.
talk some other time.
Yep. We'll talk to you later, man.
Bye
Peace
bye.
out. Well, thanks for calling, Hikiko. It's always good to talk to you. Sorry I took a break from gaming. It was just the volume in the game was too loud, and I probably could turn it down, but I didn't want to. I was worried I would just fuck up and die a lot while talking. So, but yeah, it was good to talk to you, bro. We're gonna get back to playing a bit more Donkey Kong though. Let's see if my controller works. Oh fuck, it's not working. There we go. I gotta fucking fix my controller. Why? Okay. I like to do a save state quick because I think SNES 9X is not registering my controller again. Yeah. Low game position. Oh. Ow! Ah! Okay, we'll get back to this. We'll try this again. Anyways, thanks for the riveting discussion, Yukiko. It's always fun having you on. We're gonna try and beat Donkey Kong now. Boom, boom, boom. What's going on that I was talking about? Fuck it. We gotta get back in the swing of things. Gotta get back in the zone for Donkey Kong. I should play mixtape after I beat this game. Honestly, I should play mixtape. It'd be funny to play that on stream. I've honestly, this may come as a shock to all of you, but I genuinely do enjoy Gone Home as a game. I hate to say it. I don't think it's a good game, but I do enjoy Gone Home. I find it entertaining. I think it's bad, but I don't hate it. I think mixtape looks like a poor man's Gone Home. Not Gone Home. Life is Strange. I never played Gone Home. I'm talking about Life is Strange. I love Life is Strange. It's one of my favorite gaming experiences was playing Life is Strange. I just love that game so much. It's terrible. It's an actual dog shit piece of shit game, but it is amazingly entertaining. It's hella entertaining even. As fucking what's her face? What's her Max? Streamer to get a game over mixtape. Yeah, it's true. I'm not sure. Listen, it's funny. Listen, when you can shoot Chloe with the fucking gun, it's hilarious. It's a funny game. Okay, I can't pretend like it's not. Guilty pleasure for real. Yeah, it is a guilty pleasure. I'm not gonna pretend like it's a good game, but I do enjoy it. It's funny. Someone earlier was saying Donkey Kong Country 2 is harder than this game, and that is true. But Donkey Kong Country 2 also leans way more into like the flow state that you can get into in these games, where like you just keep rushing and plowing forward, and then eventually you just like, if you dash right and you get your timing right, you can just cruise through these levels without taking any damage. Like it's a game. The country games really encourage you to like kind of like follow like a path. There's like an invisible path through all the levels you're supposed to take, where if you jump and press buttons at the right time, and you can get into a little flow state with them, you can really just like cruise through them, and they're not that difficult. But if you get off the rhythm, of the game, and that's why there's, I think, such a really good. This is gonna sound kind of lame, or retarded, but if you get into the rhythm of these games and like the background music helps a lot. If you keep pace with like the music and like flow through and get on the right pace, you can just cruise through. You don't have the obstacles are all designed to like you can just like time them and jump them out of the way at the same time. It's a game that's designed to let you flow through, if that makes sense. one of the reasons why I love it so much. I just have such a affinity and love for Donkey Kong Country. It's very, they're not, and Country 2 challenges you more to find that flow state, but if you find it, it's also not that hard of a game either. So that's the challenge. It's not, if you try to play like a traditional platform where like you're just reacting to obstacles and you're just like reacting with eyesight to what's happening as it's happening, it can be very difficult, but if you kind of just time out your jumps like how you feel they should be, it ends up not being that hard. I know it's kind of weird. Though it's one of the reasons why I actually do think the Country Returns games by Rare are a good successor to these games, is because they also have that similar flow state, especially Tropical Freeze more so than the Wii game. Although the Wii game has it too, but whereas you can play like Mario, for example. Like I like Mario, I like the 2D Mario games, but the 2D Mario games are very much, you know, you get confronted by an obstacle, and you kind of get given time and like space to figure out how to react to it, right? And you like stuff gets like thrown at you. No, fuck, that was stupid. A critical path, if you will. That's how I feel about Heavy Rain. Oh man, I love Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain David Cage games. That's more than a guilty pleasure. I think David Cage games are just actually great games. Those are great cinematic games, okay? Are they corny? Are they stupid? Yes, but they are great cinematic games because they don't pretend to have real gameplay, so all the gameplay is structured around you encountering and interacting with the cinematics. Whereas something like God of War, or like the new God of War, like Last of Us, the cinematics and the gameplay are so separate from each other. Like the gameplay of those games is mechanically deep enough that when it comes time to do a cutscene, you just kind of sit there and watch it. Whereas with the David Cage games, you're constantly like making choices or interacting with or feeling out what happens in the stories. Like the story segments, you're intrinsically a part of them. Genuinely, I think they're better cinematic, like, story games than a lot of these fucking modern Sony PlayStation games that they make now. Who would love Dustborn? Maybe I would. I would probably enjoy playing Dustborn, honestly. I do. I just enjoy those kind of, they're like shitpost games to me. I do kind of love them. Gahoole, are you gonna try and get the Steam controller? Yes, it is a bit too expensive for me right now. Money's tight for me right now. I'm struggling a bit, frankly, but I would like to get one. I really want to get a Steam machine. I'm kind of saving up for it. But yes, I'm going to get a Steam controller. I have the original Steam controller. I did really enjoy it. It's a bit, the plastic on it is a bit glossy, which I don't like, so it's a bit like dated for me. Oh man, I almost had that. Indigo Prophecy generally garbage, but it's so insane for playing. Yes! Oh man, I love Indigo Prophecy. That game's so insane. Steam VR's gonna be lit. Depends on the price. I do have a Quest VR, a Quest 2. I would like to get into Steam VR, but it's just another thing where I kind of want to have a good enough PC for it. Or we looted museums on the path of blacks. I guys, Steam is pretty competent. Would you say it's good? I find the Steam machine to be extremely ergonomically comfortable, personally. Not the Steam machine, the Steam Deck. Like, I really love my Steam Deck. I love playing games on my Steam Deck. It's one of my favorite ways to play games right now. Mostly PC games. I don't play a lot of emulated games on Steam Deck. I'm mostly playing, like, actual PC games on it. Which is crazy. I thought I'd be playing a lot of emulated games on it, but I really don't. It's not my preferred method for emulation at all. I actually find emulation to be fairly uncomfortable on there. I haven't tried Wii U games on it yet, though. That might be pretty cool. But genuinely, I do not care for emulation on Steam Deck. I love the setup of it. The setup of it's very cool and nice, but I just don't have any desire to emulate games on Steam Deck. Whereas I do enjoy playing native PC games a lot. I love playing, like, I've been playing the Yakuza series on Steam Deck. If you already have a favorite PC-compatible gameplay, you don't need the Steam controller, but position as a great default controller. Okay, that's fair. I mean, I have a bunch of Xbox controllers, honestly, and I have my 8-bit dough. I have a ton of I got like fucking 6 Xbox controllers, the new ones. I don't know how I just keep getting them. Like, I kept getting them on good deals. Like, I was the one that bought my new Xbox. I have the transparent clear 20th anniversary controller, which is a cool controller. But I have a lot of Xbox One and Series X controllers. I don't know why I do. I think I ended up buying 4 ones so we could all play Halo once on my Xbox. The hand feels half between a DualSense and a Steam Deck. I've never held a DualSense controller. Crazy. Waiting for the Steam Deck 2 personally. Oh yeah, me too, big time. But I want to get a Steam machine because I really want like a desktop PC experience. And I love SteamOS on Steam Deck. I'd be all for. The thing is, I could just build one, but the price for game components are so expensive right now. That's very difficult to build a good gaming PC right now. Should I sell the X controllers? I'm not gonna. They're old controls. I mean, I could. I'd probably just give them to my friends, honestly. Overselling them. You know, I'd rather do that or do something like that. It's in the works. Yeah, it's definitely in the works. I know it's coming, but I'm. Oh man, there's no levels. I don't think I've ever been to the ice level. Oh no! I fucking didn't jump. I want a Steam Machine with the global comic side of the toilet fast. Dude, don't even get me started on that. I really want a Steam Machine. Yeah, I want to try going for this. Nope, doesn't work. I'm wondering if there was a secret there, but there's not. Oh, almost got one up. Oh, fuck. Oop. Aw, oh, man. Is it difficult with heavy snow coming up? Okay, thank you, Image Mental Lizard. That was a rookie mistake, is what that was. That was embarrassing. Oh man, I missed that balloon. Been nice to have. Fuck! Okay. We gotta lock in a bit, guys. Hope everyone's having fun. If you have an old PC, then I'm pretty sure it's easiest for so bad like Linux. Get a Steam Deck style setup. I don't have an old PC. I have a laptop, which has a 1650 in it, so it's not good for gaming. I mostly just use it for doing streams and video work, honestly, and it's perfectly fine for doing that. It's totally fine. There's a sea level at the barrel right at the start of this level. You jump on top bird. Thank you, Interdimensional Lizard. I will try that. I know he's got me. I know Interdimensional Lizard's got me. He's my nigga. He knows he knows how to help me out. I don't have an old PC. I mean, genuinely, that's the problem. I don't have an old PC. I could build one from like a pre-built, right? Or I could get like an old like office PC and get a GPU. I think my friend even has a GPU I might be able to get off of him. I did not get that. Oh well, if I die, I'll try it again. Oh man, I almost had that. Snow physics are a bit weird. I'm not used to this. Genuinely, I've never gotten this far in the game before. Because when I was a kid, well, that's not true. I've beaten this one before. I've beaten this game once before. That's not true. I have gotten this far. But when I was a kid, I never got this far. I got to that last level, and that's as far as I got when I was a kid. So we are officially past what young me was able to beat, which is pretty sweet. I think that's pretty awesome. I never beat this game. I think when I only sell, can need to buy rice, I can get a game PC. Oh, that sucks, dude. Oh, didn't make it. Sweet. Oh man, that was stupid. You're showing real growth, Gahoole. Thank you. Am I looking fatter or something? Or is my hair growing? Just see how long Pete's. I don't know. There's a non-zero chance. I know my one friend has a GPU. I might be able to get off of him. I'm pretty sure Adam has a spare GPU. I think he's got like a 2070 or maybe a 1060. I'm not sure if he has a 1060. He might have a 2070 actually. I might be able to get off of him for a decent price. So if I can get, I could probably get like a you know, like a workstation computer from like an old office or something that isn't like designed for gaming, and you get like the CPU and motherboard from that, and then maybe get a case off the internet or something. Oof, that was just fucking embarrassing. There's legitimately no actual excuse for how badly I handled that, honestly. Talk about the global trend shit is fucked. Well, global trends affect you, but, you know, whether you can get a PC or not is dependent on your current financials right now. Also, global trends are transient, you know? What happens today may not be the case tomorrow. I know the RAM shit is, I mean, it feels like for the last, like, 5 years, PC prices have just exploded in prices, and that doesn't seem to be, there's always seem to be like a reverse course on that. But that's just today. It might change. I think the RAM stuff is personally temporary. And it better be temporary, and I'll tell you why, because what we are facing in the consumer electronics market right now, and like gaming, right, for like our needs for RAM have like dried up, but like if storage and RAM start becoming an issue, it's gonna affect like everything, because every like appliance, electronic, car that you buy has RAM in it, and not just a little bit of RAM, has multiple computer boards with memory, RAM, you know, all the 9 yards built into them. Like, not just one, potentially 2 or 3 computer boards which require storage. So if this RAM shortage thing continues for too much longer, it will affect negatively all consumer goods. I'm surprised it hasn't affected more consumer goods already, frankly. I'm honestly shocked, and that's only affected computers. These appliance manufacturers and car manufacturers must have already booked out their needed storage chips like well years in advance. Heck, how trying to think of the AI bubble pops. Bad, but not as bad as people think, I think. Oh, that was tough. It's a big feedback loop of slop. Whoops. Oh, fuck, I blew it. got you. Yeah, I did. I'll tell you what, this level, you know how I was saying earlier, how it can be a struggle to find the flow state in some levels? This level is causing me to lose. I'm not able to find the flow state as well as I should. And it's entirely my fault. I'm only a quarter way through the game. That's fucked. How many stages are there? All the snow on the screen. I think also it's gonna sound crazy. The music is just a drone. There's no beat to it. So I'm not, because it's just ambient noise. There's no like rhythm. I'm struggling to find the rhythm of the level. That's gonna sound crazy and retarded, which it is, but genuinely I think it does affect. It makes it more challenging. But I do love the ambient music in these games. It's so good. Oh, just went right down there. Bum, bum, bum. Oh shit, I almost died there. Oh, I did stop. Hi, River. Guys want to say hi to River? This is my dog. She's here in the office with me. River, you want to say hi to everyone? Hi, River. Look up on my lap. Oh, hi, girl. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? You guys can't see her, but she's right here. River, you want to say hi? River, say hi to everyone. Hi, River. Who's a good girl? Huh? River, you want to say hi? Who's a good girl? You are? Oh, we're gonna put you down. She'll sit at my feet. Oh, you wanna go out? Wanna leave the room? Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna let her out of this room. Wanna leave the room? Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I'm checking. 1, 2, 3. I've beaten 1, 2, 3 levels. And there's Gorilla Glacier, which I'm on right now, then Krumkrock Industries, then Chimp Caverns, and then Gangplank Galleon is the final boss. So I'm about halfway through the game. So that's good. We'll see how much further we go tonight. I might be wrapping up a little bit earlier here. I'm gonna try and beat this level. I'm not sure how much further I'll go beyond that, though. Get the timing right on this. This is tough. Whoa! There's a secret there, which I didn't know about. Blew it. Alright. Oh man. Oh, that works, actually. Come on. Oh, 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 baby! Oh, baby! Oh, honey mama! Oh, no way! I thought I was dead! I can't blow this now. Oh my god. On one life, baby. That's insane. Insanity. Wow. Boom, 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 boom. Saving slot. I'm just saving in case we die, because I think I'm on like one. Yeah, I'm on one life. I don't think I can reach that. I definitely tried to reach that, but I could not. Oh man, I love these levels, the crystal music levels. This is so good. So the blue ropes go up and the red ropes go down. Oh man. 200 rooms reach rope to start? Okay, we'll give it a shot. Save scummer, SMH. Yes, I know. Listen, I'm only gonna do... I did this last stream too. It's not good. But my intent is to only use this for a situation like this, where I've beaten a level and it goes back before my last save file, and there's no way for me to get to the save, so I have to like continue to play and beat the game to get to the next save point, which I think it's how it was meant to be played. However, I'm going to cheat. That's right, we're gonna cheat. Those are ice bees. It's true, they are ice bees. Why are there bees in an ice game? Yeah, they're here to arrest all the illegal babies who came in from Bee Mexico. Yeah, secret level. I would never save scum mid-level or do the rewind shit that people do. Well, I will say, I think, genuinely, hot take, I think the rewind feature on, like, Switch Online is way too easy. And it's way too easy to, like, use. I think, like, because I thought, oh, I'll never do that. But if you play a Switch Online, like one of these retro games on Super Switch Online, it is so easy to just, like, press the 2 trigger buttons and rewind that it's almost like it's hard not to do it, if that makes sense. I know that sounds retarded, but, like, mentally I can't picture not doing it. Not only picture, I found it very difficult to not do it when I had Switch Online, which I don't have anymore, by the way. I haven't played my Switch in, like, months, which is crazy to think, I used to play my Switch all the time, but I seriously have not played my Switch in, I think, maybe like a full calendar year, and I didn't renew my Switch Online. Been Pavloved? Yeah. Like, my mind thinks, oh, I have to press the button to rewind because I made a mistake. Where did your love of Ace begin? I guess when I first got this game. This is it. This is where my love of all things monkey began. I just loved playing this game when I was a kid. It was definitely my favorite Super Nintendo game. And I had a lot of Super Nintendo games. I had, what was it, Stanley Cup? The Super Nintendo, I used to love that. It was like a Mode 7 game. It's kind of terrible, but man, it was fun. I would just play with the oily and ice and roll around down the ice. It was fun. I can't pretend like it wasn't. But I had Mario World, I had this, and I just loved playing this game. With me and my friend Adam, we would play the 2-player mode together, and it was just a great time. I keep forgetting to roll there. Ooh. I was about to go ape. It's true. Alright. We're gonna try that again. I'm probably gonna make it to the next save point, and I'll call it a night tonight, guys. I did have a fun time today. It was pretty cool. We'll see if I can beat this level. Hopefully there's a Funky's Fly Barrel or a save point soon. Find the secret Gordog? Where's the secret Gordog? Oh fuck, I blew that. That was just stupid of me. Genuinely stupid. Ow! I had to itch my nose and I blew it. Again, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm the best gamer in the world. I'm actually quite a bad video game player. In a lot of ways. Oh, that was just bad. I was hoping the barrel would kill him, but he didn't. Oh, man. A lot of bad mistakes here. I'm getting sloppy with my inputs. I'm just being sloppy. That's what I'm being. Here that I need to roll, right? Fuck, that was bullshit of me. Very bad form. At least I made it to the checkpoint. That's pretty good. Ooh, almost had that. Yeah. That was definitely a secret there. I can tell there's a secret there. Oh, man. Ooh. I save scum at the checkpoint? Chat, is it bad for me to save scum at the checkpoint? Genuine question. I think it is. It absolutely is. That's cheating too much. I'm not gonna do that. Oh man, there's definitely a secret there that I missed. Oh. Okay. I know, Chad Cam a coward, I know. Donk Souls, truly, it's true. You know, if I was going for more of these secrets, more of these extra lives, I wouldn't be getting game overs as much. That's the truth. Timing is off. What? What the fuck was that? That's some bullshit. I'm sorry. I got Jude out of my Donkey Kong extra guy there. At least there was a bit of Kong barrel right there, though, so it's not the end of the world. So that was some bullshit. Oh man! Almost made it. Just got fucked with it on that last rope. Got ooed out of Mass's blood of biscuits. Can we do this time? Oh, I got cogged! I got cogged! 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 I'm ignoring this secret too, because I feel like it's been too difficult for me to get, but I feel like I should go for it. There's clearly a secret here, so I should be going for it. I don't have anything else to say about that other than wow. Oh man. Fuck. Okay, we're gonna save again. Fuck, how far away are we from Kong's? You're now banished to Grimsby. Monkey. Okay. No! I completely bonked that. That was so bad. Okay, almost fucked up and died there. Oh, man. What is she working at? Oh, man. We're gonna give this another shot. I will get to a save point, but if I don't beat this level in the next 10 or so minutes, I will probably call it a night. I don't want to go too much past 10:30. So it was fun though. I have enjoyed my time. Like, did he take over for this one? But I really want that fucking ostrich, man. The game screen is fucked. That game screen is fucked. There's no denying that. What? Can you like tap to flutter with the ostrich or something, and I'm just not doing it like an idiot? That's probably it, isn't it? Although, how would you get over these ropes with the ostrich? With the ostrich, I don't understand that. Oh, brother. That was embarrassing. But at least I got right on the checkpoint now. Spin the jump button and he'll glide. Yeah, that would make this level a lot easier, wouldn't it? Fuck! Wow! No! Well, we got a chance to go for the ostrich again now. keep dying that same spot. The ring-tained streamer was apparently linked to the Kong family. That makes sense. It means a callback to the original arcade game, right? So that does track. I jumped too late on that. Not good, bros. Am I a fool? Yes, I am. Okay. Oh! Man, that was tough. My big Diddy fan, Gahoole. No cap, Diddy Blood, Epstein Moden. I do love Diddy Kong. I love Diddy Kong. He's the ball. He's the bomb. What came first, P. Diddy or Diddy Kong? Genuine question. Because I honestly don't know the answer to the question. I feel like Diddy Kong came first, but I could be 100% wrong on that, honestly. Fucking kidding me, right? Alright. Just a couple more tries. If not, we'll just call it a save here and we'll come back next time. Try this level again. Puff Daddy became P. Diddy in 2001, so Diddy Kong came first. Fuck, man. Brutal game. Do I go back? I'm going back for the Diddy barrel, honestly. Maybe Nintendo should assume. I don't know if they'd be able to collect. I think there's other people who are gonna get access to those funds first before Nintendo, if that makes sense. If music users were paid by Nintendo, you know? Would not be surprised by that. Fuck. Died immediately after I got that ostrich. That sucks. Well, just gotta keep playing. Do my best, right? That bird always gets me. I should remember that next time I get to this point of level. Problem is that by the time I get to this point of level, I'm already at the checkpoint and I don't have to replay that. Is the honest answer. I have to be over here for this to spawn in. Matthew Castelli says, I love P. Diddy. Well, no one's gonna tell you you're wrong, Matthew. Pulled the farther jump for Duck Diddy in this level. What was that? What was what? Me dying? It was abysmal. It was me dying horribly. Keeps that rope by a mile. Yes, I know. The problem is I'm getting impatient at this point. I'm like panicking because I want to beat the level. Because I know I'm like halfway through it. So I want to like make the jumps sooner. Right? But I need to have patience. Getting the time on that's tough. It's not. It's very difficult, and I may be struggling a bit. Calm down. Yeah, I do need to. That's true. Good news, apparently AMD is porting today's upscaler back to older GPUs like the one in the Steam Deck, so now I have an upscaler worth using. That's good. Yeah, I always found using FSR or XeSS on the Steam Deck not to be that enjoyable of an experience, to be totally honest with you. But I will be very glad to hear if it gets something. You know, which one is that? Is that a new version of FSR, or what is that one? You know, specifics on it. I'd love to look up some tech specs on that at some point. I think. Okay, cool. I will say this: I think it's hard to get Steam Decks now. If you could have got the LCD, the cheapest LCD one with the 64 gigabyte storage, that was one of the best gaming deals I ever had. I got that for like, it was like $350, I think. What a fucking steal! Genuinely, what a great value. And you know, for the storage inside, you can get a big micro SD card, which is totally fine. Or upgrading the storage is not that hard. I did that. I can personally attest that I upgraded my storage in the Steam Deck, and it was one of the easiest mods I've ever done console ever. It was very easy. It was an enjoyable experience. I had fun doing it, and it was very easy. I think I've got like a terabyte SSD in there now. Great system. Now the Steam Deck OLED is probably objectively better. Fuck. In terms of a device, but it's also way more expensive. But if you can get a Steam Deck OLED right now, I would encourage. And if you don't have Steam Deck, I would get one. Genuinely, if you can still get them, but I know the problem is it's been very difficult to get. They've gone up in price. Well, they haven't gone up in price, but they've removed the lower tiers. I wouldn't be surprised if a price increase comes. Especially compared to all the other PC handhelds out, I feel like the Steam Deck is just an obviously better value. Especially at the $350 price point, was such a great deal, you know? The other PC handhelds are all like almost $1,000. And frankly, I know the graphics chip in it isn't the most exciting or like prolific, like amazing thing. But yeah, I saw the stream of him unboxing. I also saw Wolfden did a review of it. If you don't know, me and Bob Wolfden are personally great personal best friends. We talk all together all the time. Well, that sucks. You know, I'm good friends with Bob Wolfden, so you know, he seems to quite enjoy his Steam controller as well. There's just a lot of cool features with it that I really want. I mean, I love the trackpads. I don't know if people don't give a shit about the trackpads, but I do love the trackpads on the Steam Deck, and I love the gyro on there. Steam input is great. You know, it's just highly enjoyable for me personally. I just couldn't quite make the gap. I think it's because yeah, it's because I blew, and I, instead of jumping from this high point and just continue to to hover, I went down to the bottom, and it was just, that was a mistake on my part. You probably could have made it if I just did it correctly. It was not the ostrich's fault, it was my fault. And by the way, hello, Surfer. Good to see you, my friend. Pretty much how plug it is, play it is with Steam. The only downside I seem to see with the Steam controller is that it's not X input compatible, which isn't that big a deal. But I will say, you are essentially forced to use Steam. But if you want to use any other, and you can put other PC games in Steam as a launcher, but you have to essentially launch it with Steam, otherwise it doesn't really function as a controller properly. Now you can install drivers probably, and probably are, you know, third-party drivers that like people have made that can work just fine with it. I'm not sure if they've been made yet, or if they haven't been made, I'm sure they will be made. Oh man. Puzzled by ostrich air mechanics there, yeah. I'm trying to zone in because I want to beat this level really bad. I'm really hoping this level. We're almost at the end. So I get past this guy. Look out. Oh no! There's one more level before fucking... Oh, Funky's fly bottle. No! We're gonna do a save here. That's gonna be a tough one. Can you leave the level to go save somewhere else? Nope. Okay. Well, chat, we'll give it one try. Water level. Oh, fuck. This is gonna be tough. That was dumb of me. Monkeys can't swim, what the fuck? Sorry, I'm locking in, guys. I feel like I can beat this level. This song was always more realistic in Donkey Kong Country. Perhaps you're right. Oh, fucking Christ. I almost made that one. Okay. Here's the part with the shark where I've died twice, but there is a DK barrel here, so if I can get to it, I can live. So the question is, can I get to this DK barrel? Well, it's not up here, it's actually further. But it's right here, this is where I've died before. And there's a DK barrel right there, so I just have to get to that, and now I'm good. I think I can beat this. There's no G though, so we're not quite done with this level yet. So we're going for a little bit longer. Why the octopi more aggressive than the sharks? because they're not octopi, they're croctopuses, according to the this is the croctopus stage. They're actually Kremlin octopuses. Whereas the sharks are just passive creatures, and technically in real life, crocodiles are more aggressive than sharks anyways. Deepest lore, yes. I'd say this is a really fun level. It's challenging, but in a very fair way. This is a great fun level. Probably once camera started from the checkpoint. Yeah, if I could start from the checkpoint, this would be a much easier time. I wonder if I should go back and try and farm lives from another level. It's honestly not a terrible idea. I'm going to have to beat that level. Now that was just fucking stupid of me. I just can't get through that without him taking me out. Alright. We're gonna give this level another try, and if we can't beat it, we'll just have to stop from here for now, guys. I really like to beat this level, because I think if we beat this level, we would get to Funky's Fly thing, and then we'd be able to get to a save point then. At that point, which would be nice. I'd rather leave us off at an actual save point than me at this level with no lives, because then I can come back and, you know, start fresh with potentially a whole boatload of lives. At least 5 lives. I should even go back and farm lives at some of the older levels. It's not a terrible idea. Tell me to get through some of this. But I might do that off camera, honestly. Well, how would you know I'm not just entering a cheat code? Right? Besides, this is fine. Are legs overrated? Sean Theme says no. Oh, fuck, I died. For that vertical octopus that catches you, you can program them and pull back and let him go. I'll give that a shot this time. I guess I won't. I'm gonna give it another actual shot. I'll go for another 5 minutes. Oh fuck, that was stupid. This is the part. Nope, just got hit. Oh well. There's something up there. Weird. It's down over here. kind of curious what was over there. Our music is great. Yeah, it's awesome. It's my favorite music in this game for sure. DK next game should have the setting that K-Rool wants to make a data center internet on DK on runs on banana. This is Proctomugged. That was just plain mean. Michael Jackson. Booyah. I have top chat on. I can switch to live chat. Gahoole, please respond to Harmon Smith being a pedophile. I had no idea. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. You're telling me this for the first time. Is he actually a pedophile? That's crazy if so. I can't fucking believe that. Honestly, I can't believe that Harmon Smith being a pedophile. That's actually like shocking to me. If this is true, it completely changes everything. Oh shit, I was on top chat too, yeah. Check Donkey thinks teen pregnancies are a good thing. What? Okay. Like, he thinks that it's a good thing if he gets teens pregnant, or if he thinks it's not a big deal if, like, two teenagers have sex and then they get each other pregnant. Because, to be fair, if two teenagers are having sex and get each other pregnant, that's not that uncommon. It is, I think, unfairly stigmatized. There's something to that. But you should not be getting teenagers pregnant if you're over the age of 18. That's fucking crazy. It's actually an insane thing to say. Dude. Can I hold out hope that he meant that, like, if you're a teenager, nothing wrong with teen pregs, you need to move past it, he said? Okay, that is crazy. And I still got hit. Well, good idea. I just had poor execution. Now, he's probably discouraging teen pregnancies. It's not a good thing, but I do feel like people, if you're a girl and you get pregnant by like accident by your boyfriend or something, that you do kind of get shit on unfairly. I think if it's not your fault. I think there's a pretty big stigma against it, and it's not life ruining like some people think it is. Having a kid is a good thing, but maybe that's what he meant. Maybe that's what he meant. I can only hope that's what he meant, because maybe he thinks that he should be getting teenagers pregnant. That's crazy. But Donkey was progressive. Also, Michael Jackson's innocent. You knew about them? Well, I've always thought Michael Jackson's innocent. I thought this shit about Michael Jackson bullshit. So they took him out. An extra life balloon. Holy shit. No way. This is crazy. It just makes this level so much easier. Get fucking this nigga. Look how much faster I am. No! Cranky's cabin? You've got to be shitting me. You may look easy, Gahoole. That was not easy. That was a tough level. It was a good level, but it was tough. Oh, got squawks. Did Crazy give you guys for level you speed? Yes, he did. He did. Yeah, that's true. kind of want Donkey in this level so you can kill these guys, I think, is the answer. We need to be at the highest point. Oh well, it's okay. We can still make this. Those guys are awesome. I'm almost at the end. I feel like I can beat this level. That's the exit arrow thing. So I'm pretty close. I'm not that far. Gotta take advantage of that after the invincibility. Wow. Was my dear friend Greyjoy here? I missed him. I'm not sure if Greyjoy was here. I didn't see him. Of course, it's someone's actual username and not their @ name. Again, I really struggle with that with the whole... I really hate that YouTube did that, the whole change to @ usernames. It's really fucking frustrating, honestly. We like briefly blinds the camera simulated hitting the camera is cool. It is cool. I don't know. Games used to have really cool like little effects and touches. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's a hot take, but like compare something like I feel like there's like visual effects that we would have in like the PS2 era, like especially like Metal Gear Solid 2 or something, and 3 that like you just haven't been replicated since. You know? I don't know, maybe that sounds retarded. That was just me being stupid. Let's try this again. I see why PFP. Yeah, me too. It's annoying. Fuck, you gotta be kidding me. I can't believe I did that. Oh, fuck. Torchlight trouble. Like the effects, like for example, Metal Gear Solid 2, like the fucking you little bastard. Some of the rain effects in that game are crazy. Like DK Jungle Beat next. I never played that. That's the bongo one, right? Is it the platform where we had to use the bongos as the controller? Hot take, I enjoyed the DK bongos. I don't think the DK bongos are that bad. They were cool. Now, it was a bit crazy that they only made games using the bongos for the entire GameCube lifespan. But on original hardware with original Nintendo brand bongos, that might be tricky. I have a GameCube. I could hook up my GameCube. It would not be that difficult for me to hook up my GameCube to my like a capture card. Although I probably would need to get a GameCube HDMI adapter, which I could just get. I wouldn't mind that too much. The problem would be getting those fucking bongos, because those bongos, I never had them when I was a kid. Those things are fucking expensive now. I also don't have the original disc, although I do have a, it's called a flippy drive. Well, there we go, guys. Let's save. And that's it. I'm gonna call it night here. Went almost 3 hours. Didn't mean to. We'll save state here, so we can come right back and get to it when we start the game next time. Alright. Well, thanks for coming out, guys. It was fun. Good to see you all. Y'all have a great night. I still know what wrestling with that Minecraft level 5 levels into the game. It's to get you to get your ass kicked, brother. Get ready. It's not gonna be an easy game. But we are 2 levels left in this thing. We've got Rope Bridge Rumble and then the boss. And then we have so we got 1 more stage and a boss level left in this game. In this map, in this level, and then we've got 1, 2 more levels, which will probably be the hardest levels in the game, and then the final boss. So, well, that guy talked for like an hour. Yeah, that's true. So I had about 2 hours of gameplay, and you know, although since we only been playing for an hour 17, but that's probably because I keep save stating and resetting. But yeah, everyone have a good night. Thanks for coming out. Bye. Appreciate you all. Bye! I had J Balvin playing the time. That must have been really... No, I didn't. That must have been really annoying if it was. But, okay. Good night, everyone.